So, following on from Hard Eight, his debut film, today I'm going to talk about a film which launched Paul Thomas Anderson into a more critically successful and mainstream light. It is his second film, the drama Boogie Nights. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's take on the 70s porn industry, looking at both the good side and the bad side of it. It has an ensemble cast which includes Mark Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds, Julianne Moore, Heather Graham, John C. Reilly, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Don Cheadle, and William H. Macy. This film shows the rise and the fall of these characters, and also shows the rise and fall of the porn industry as well. It is based on some real-life stories of people working in the porn industry, and how being in that industry affects their day-to-day lives. Mark Wahlberg plays Eddie Adams, a high school dropout who one day dreams to be a star. He meets a guy named Jack Horner, played by Burt Reynolds, and he is very interested in his line of work, which just so happens to be an adult film director. Eddie is then shown to have a lot of family troubles. He gets in a row with his parents and he gets kicked out of his house, and he vows that he will one day be successful. With absolutely nowhere else to turn, he goes to Jack Horner and he begins to star in some of these films. And in a weird way, Jack kind of becomes a father figure to Eddie. He takes him under his wing and he shows him the ropes of how this business is run. Along the way, he meets a bunch of people who are the cast and crew of these films. There is Roller Girl, played by Heather Graham, who gets picked on for being a porn actress. There's Amber Waves, played by Julianne Moore, who lost guardianship of her child due to working in the business. There is Buck Swope, played by Don Cheadle, who works in an audio shop, but one day dreams to have his own shop. There's Scotty J, a closet homosexual who has an attraction to Eddie Adams. And then there is Jack Horner, who envisions that porn could one day be more than just sex, it could also have a very engaging story. Eddie Adams makes this vision a reality for him when he creates a persona called Dirk Diggler. Interestingly enough, this character was created by Paul Thomas Anderson many years before, and he actually used this character in one of his short films. Anyway, this persona blasts him into stardom and he becomes the biggest name in porn, winning many awards. But the flip side of all of this success is that it goes straight to his head. He becomes much more arrogant, cocky, and he really abandons the people who got him where he is, supported him, who cared about him, and he goes off to try and become a pop star. This really leads him down many dark roads. Meanwhile, everyone else is suffering too, just from being in this industry. Buck can't get a loan for his shop because he is known as a pornographer now. Amber lost the custody battle. Jack is forced to switch from film to video because that is where the business is heading, and he's really not too pleased about that. There is suicide, isolation, depression, crime, violence, and drug abuse in there too. So yeah, it really goes down a dark route. It's at this point where they really lean on the importance of family and friends, the structure of supporting each other. That is kind of what the film is really about, the realization of dreams, the dark side of fame, the importance of family and morality. What I like about this film is it kind of starts off a bit happy and upbeat, but the second half goes into some really dark, surprising places. Strangely enough, this change in tone happens in the transition between the 70s and 80s. It touches a lot of different elements. It's touching, shocking, and humorous. It is executed very well. The outfits and the soundtrack chosen really fits into that time frame. And I think that my favourite use of a song would be the Beach Boys song God Only Knows. I really love this film. I think PTA did a really great job both in writing and directing. It's quite a long film, but I find it to be a really enjoying and interesting film too. So his next film is another ensemble cast, some carried over from this one. So until next time, let's just keep this going, everyone. Let's just keep rocking and rolling, and thanks for listening.